Here we go. We're here with Jack of Jersey Jack Pinball. Could you introduce yourself to the pinball community?
Yes, my name is Jack Guarnieri of Jersey Jack Pinball, and I'm the proud owner of a pinball company, believe it or not.
And when did you start this company exactly?
So this company started on January 1st, 2011.
And why did you start a company?
Well, you know, I've been in the industry about 37 years, which is hard to believe, but, you know, loving pinball since 1975 as an electronics technician, fixing games and then operating games. I wanted to create a game with a team of people that had a lot of passion and give the player something that had mechanical action, but bring something to the market where it was sensory overload with all the different features, whether they're mechanical or electronic, that we have on the game.
How has IAAPA been for you so far?
IAAPA is an amazing show. I've been coming to IAAPA since 1990, before there were even game companies at IAAPA. And the response has been spectacular. We took orders on games. We took container orders on games. There are international distributors that want to represent us. American distributors want to represent us. Operators that want the game. The question I heard the most is, when can I get a game from people? So that's pretty good.
About how complete, percentage-wise, would you say this game is today, or at development? You know?
Well, you know, in the physical sense, it's pretty much complete. The things that are not complete are things that you can't see right now so easily. You know, the rules of the game. There are some basic rules in the game. All the things that Keith is working on, whether it's light shows, whether it's all the implementation of animations and all the rules of the game. But, you know, the game tells the story of that classic movie. So you pretty much intuitively look at the game and you know what you should be doing.
And it tells you along the way. It tells you through the video, through the lights, through the sound.
Yes, yes.
It's encompassing to me.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you appreciate that. And having the LCD monitor and having a monitor, you know, this game with two monitors because we introduced the monitor that's in the crystal ball.
Right.
And it blew people away because they kind of thought the game was done and maybe the crystal ball had a light show. And in some shows I said, well, there is a light show. So I didn't lie, but the light show was this unbelievable monitor. And at IAAPA, we won a brass ring award for this game for innovation and best new product. So it's amazing to be recognized in that way.
Yeah, we didn't see that coming with the crystal ball, and we're like, all right, all your tricks have fallen out of your sleeve. I'm like, oh, there you go, like right before the show.
You know, the element of surprise is really cool. And I know in Keith's rules and late shows and different things coming, you haven't seen the animations, you haven't seen all that stuff, so there are a good number of surprises still to come.
Yeah, we can tell by the lights, by the build, by how everything's structured, that there's a lot to work with. And so anybody that's like, well, the game is, oh, it's just a few shots and no modes. I'm like, yeah, there's more to come. You know, it's not just, you know, but the base is what you're working with, and it's a lot. There's a lot.
I mean, your geometry is there. You see the shots you can make. You see there's a lot of different things going on with the game. There's some quirky jerky shots that I kind of like on pinball, and you know, Joe and the team, you know, incorporated a lot of things. The game has a lot going on. It really does. With you know, you're talking 5 flippers, 5 magnets, a wide body game, original mechanical toys, 2 upper playfields, you know, RGB lighting, all kinds of things that were never done. Even the way the cabinet is printed and clear coated, there's a lot there.
And the first flying monkey, I finally hit that shot. This is the first, I hit the monkey shot. I'm like, yes. It's
a big wow. A lot of people, they really, you know, they don't see it coming because that monkey comes out from up in the castle and comes out and grabs the ball. So it's pretty cool when people see that the first time.
Yeah, it's a good utility to have that. Integral part. I mean, the monkeys are important. Last year at SPF, you told us that you'd be operating your own game. And I was wondering if you have any clients and locations lined up, you know, that have orders for them or that you want to put games.
Yeah, everybody's asked us to test the game.
Right.
Whether it's in their bedroom or in big FECs. So, you know, the thing now to do is we're going to ship games right after the show.
All right.
These 8 games are committed. There's a bunch of games in Jersey that are going out. Some games will go on location next week. We'll probably announce at least one or two of them where they are. You're going to get the whole earth, go there and play them, which is great. I'm not going to say don't go and play the game. The good thing is having 8 games here and really thousands of people over these days playing them. It's another good test of the game. Any issues, any problems to shake out of it. They build a battleship and it goes out in the ocean for a shakedown cruise. So doing all these shows, these are our shakedown cruises. Some of our customers sent emails and they said, I'm waiting a year for my game. I'm waiting a year and a half for my game. You're at these shows. When am I getting my game? But it's better that we have games at shows like this than if we didn't have games and we weren't at shows like this. Then you're out of really worried. So those games are coming.
Yeah, it's a beta testing, and I just know by the looks in people's eyes and how they're playing that a lot of people, they haven't played pinball in a long time, or it's their first time.
Right.
And so to me, it's like you're expanding awareness of pinball, just having it here.
If I asked you to go out and try to sell more Coca-Cola, it would be a problem, because everybody on earth that wants Coca-Cola has it. When you have pinball and you have most of the earth that doesn't play it or doesn't know about it, it's not really a hard sell. And having a game that's the vehicle to bring those people to look at it and see it in an FEC or in a bar. This game's in a bar. I think every girl in a bar is playing it, and every guy is there with them. Okay. If it's in an FEC, it screams for attention because of its presence, because of the animation, because of the light show, because of the size and the artwork. So it has to compete with a lot of redemption games and a lot of cranes, instant win games, and things like that. So we had to throw everything at it to make it really appealing.
Nothing personal to you other booths around here, but to me it's like vanilla ice cream compared to this. This is all the things you can put on ice cream and all the flavors. I mean, looks wise, sound wise, the topper, the build quality. I mean, really, it's vanilla. Most other booths here, they bore me.
Well,
and they're not an attraction.
Yeah,
that makes me want to stop. This will want me. This is an
people
attraction.
in our company are very passionate. So we could have been in a booth. You mentioned a booth. We could have been here on a black carpet, but the carpet is the yellow brick road.
Right.
So I think when you make different statements about how you feel about your product and how you feel about detail and how you feel about quality and presentation, the company is making a statement, and it's me that first threw me in my big mouth over the last year and a half or so, and now, as I've said in the last few shows, I can speak less and let the game do more talking, because a picture is worth 1,000 words, but when you walk up and see this game, that's about 1 billion words, because it's the first thing is holy cow. And people here that are in the industry know what pinball is, but the younger people, they don't really know what pinball is.
Yeah, even people that knew of it 10, 20, 30 years ago, they had a disconnect. It's life. Life comes up. Pinball comes into your life when you're a kid, and then you grow up and you do stuff.
Right.
And unless you're hanging out at bars and the Pinball Hall of Fame every week and flippers, you're not.
Well, I've said, pinball to me, I love all the pinball museums, and it's great. But when I think of a museum, I think of a big T-Rex, and bones there. So this is a living, breathing, mechanical action game that's fun. And not only does it belong in a museum, it belongs in every amusement center, as well as homes all around the world, for people to enjoy for many, many years to come.
All types of locations, and I can picture it. I've seen, kids. I see when my game's on route, I have like 4 in a record store, Young, Loud, Snotty, and when I see a father and a son and a father and a daughter playing my games, it's beautiful.
You feel good about the future.
I want to see more of that, and that's why I have my games out, and I can see. I can picture that happening. I saw it here. Also, I played your Wizard of Oz pusher game. It was fun. Have you considered Wizard of Oz with a redemption option on the pinball machine? Is that okay? Yes. Is that probable or?
It's definite.
It's definite. Okay. Because I could see that, and again, that pusher, I could see why it does well.
But it's not just
impressive.
It's not just connecting, a ticket dispenser to the game. it's more involved than that.
Okay.
And we'll roll that out in the next few months, how we're going to do prize pinball. And we have a methodology for how we're doing it, and we have a pending patent on it for the last 2 years. So it's not just as simple as stapling a ticket dispenser to the side of a cabinet and tickets come out of the game.
Right. For years there was Chuck E. Cheese had their ticket, and then there are other locations that have pinball. There's a Latitude 30 in Jacksonville, Florida. They have AC/DC. I'm like, well, there is no software to do ticket redemption. It's card-based. So you're totally eliminating that winning, that prize, factor, which kids like.
Yeah, kids like it, but if you can add another tool to your toolbox as an operator,
yes,
and you have more options for where the game can go and what it can earn.
Absolutely.
It shouldn't be your only crutch that it's a redemption game,
right?
Okay, or a prize game,
right? It
should be fun,
right?
And our formula is, the game needs to work. So remember, as a technician, I need the game to work, because if the game is fun and it doesn't work, that's not fun. So it needs to work, then it needs to be fun. So if it works and it's fun, it makes money.
Right.
And it's really simple. It's not difficult to make an okay game.
Right.
It's very difficult to make a great game. And those ingredients that have to come together to make a great game, it's a very painstaking process, and you have to have knowledge base. Not from a point of view as only a game designer, not from a point of view as a salesperson, not from a point of view as a distributor or a manufacturer, but you need to be a technician and an operator. And I'm uniquely qualified to do that, and I have people on our team that have different skill sets that they bring to the table,
right,
where we try to make a well-rounded game in a lot of different ways, from a service aspect as well as playability, and not just the first week's collection, but the 50th week collection or the 100th week collection, that the game has legs.
Right, so you feel like the team you have together, because I met a few of them today, Joe and Keith, that your skill sets mesh together to make, ultimately great games.
They get it. They've done great games together.
Right.
Before, both of them did, Simpsons Pinball Party, which sold, 10,000 games. So, you take that, and I took the word no out of the equation. All of these people that work for our company that contributed to the game in every way, this is what happens when you don't put a fence around them. Because when you put a fence around people, you get sheep. So I didn't give them a dollar amount limit. Well, you have $50 to work on the play field. You have this. Go do whatever you think is going to be great. And that's what we came up with.
So the urgency was do what you can do your best of your ability, as opposed to...
We're building the greatest game, okay? Because if we said we're building the crappiest game or we're building our way to mediocrity, we would do that. It's like saying, well, you're going to fail. Well, if you think you're going to fail, I'll tell you what, you're going to fail. So failure is not an option. Obviously, we're here in the flesh, real games, in a real booth, real people playing it, and real people making orders and having fun. And, giving them the freedom, you got to get creative people that are passionate and let them do what they do. Let them create. Let them do things. They're going to make mistakes, and I guide them, and we collaborate on things, and we share, and you come up with what's best, really for the game. Not what's best for somebody's ego, or somebody was right, somebody was wrong. You agree, sometimes you disagree, but everybody as a group comes and says, we're really happy with how this is.
And you're happy with how everybody's gelled together, and just, I can see it in the game that it has to have gelled to be at, at this point, instead of just, thinking about it right now.
As these next weeks go by, and we get into more games and more games and more games, it's just going to get better and better, because the software is coming together. Certain minor mechanical elements and things where you find ball traps and you need to post to this and that. Get down to some minor things now, what's going to change in the game. It's not major stuff.
I've seen great players like Gary Sharp play Wizard of Oz today. What have serious players told you about their experiences with this game so far?
They love the game, and they had suggestions about certain things. Because look, pinball players come in every shape and size and form. and everybody has something they love. Very, very difficult to make a game that's something to everybody.
Right.
But, you know, we built a game for the player. We built a game for the non-player. Somebody that's going to walk up to the game the first time, and we're going to get them involved in pinball. So we don't want the game to be too frustrating. We don't want the game to be too simple. We don't want it to be too deep. We don't want it to be too shallow. You know, you want to be everything to everybody, which is really, really, really hard to do. And in a lot of ways so far, I think we've accomplished a good amount of that. Maybe not everything. It's not going to be perfect, and, you know, I say if it's not broke, it's not pinball. So, you know, there's going to be issues with games, and whatever it is that we come about with, we have a 1-year warranty on the game. We're going to support the game and make it be the best that we're going to do.
I was talking to another person affiliated with this, and he brought up Adam's Family. The Adam's Family's been on route 20 years. And the build quality of this easily can be on route 20 years. It's a solid cabinet. It's really solid build inside and out. And 20 years from now, I can picture it on route. He could picture on route. I mean, you picture.
Well, you know what? So if it's on route 26 years from now, you'll be celebrating the 100th anniversary of the Wizard of Oz.
We will be.
Okay. It's not going to be any worse to have that game on the 100th anniversary than the 75th.
Right.
So it's not something that's going to come and go. And hopefully I'm around to see it too.
Okay, well, congratulations on your growing success.
Thank you.
I look forward to experiencing the fully released game.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.